Neural control of exercising muscle, structure and function of the nervous system. If you read chapter 3, you know who Jimmy Huga is. James Frederick Huga was an American alpine ski racer who became one of the first two members of the US men's team to win an Olympic medal in his sport. After multiple sclerosis prematurely ended his athletic career, he became an advocate of exercise and activity to combat this disease. Neurons are the structural and functional units of the nervous system. It receives incoming signal and generates outgoing signal. Neurons can communicate because they are excitable. They transmit electrical signal called nerve impulse. A neuron has a cell body, a receptive portion, and a transmitting portion. A neuron consists of three basic parts: the cell body, dendrites, and axon. Dendrite extended from the cell body and receive nerve impulse from other neuron. The branched dendrite receive signal coming in from other cell and send them toward the axon. The cell body, or called soma, contain the nucleus and other cell organelle, the main nutritional and metabolic region of the neuron. Like the dendrite, it receives signal from other cells and sends them toward the axon. Did you remember size principle? Which size? The size of the cell body, the size of the neuron. But I believe the size of the cell body much makes sense for exercise physiology student. These are mitochondria in a cell body. Neurons have a more extended and complex shape than other cells and consequently face a greater challenge in distributing and maintaining mitochondria. Preserving an appropriate distributed pool of healthy mitochondria for the duration of a neuron's life is important. Axons generate action potential, and outgoing signal, also called a nerve impulse, and conduct it to the next cell. Example of an outgoing signal or nerve impulse. The action potential is conducted along the axon toward the target cell. The incoming signals are integrated, and if the sum signal is large enough, an outgoing signal or action potential is generated. If the threshold of this neuron is how about 39 pounds, we need at least 39 pounds to activate this neuron. So 10 pounds, sum is 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. So finally, we can generate outgoing signal. Synapses, the dendrite and cell body, provide a large surface area for communication with other neurons. Signals from other neurons are received at synapses, the junction between neurons. Synaptic cleft is part of a synapse. A synaptic cleft is a space that separates two neurons. It forms a junction between two or more neurons and helps nerve impulse pass from one neuron to the other. In this case, a junction between axon terminal and motor end plate. Axon hillock. The axon hillock is a specialized part of the cell body of a neuron that connects to the axon. The action potential is generated at the axon hillock and conducted along the axon to the axon terminal. Some axons are covered with an insulated material called myelin. Neighboring Schwann cells do not touch each other, so there are gaps in the myelin sheath. These gaps or called node of Ranvier, are essential for conduction of the action potential. Each node of Ranvier has voltage-gated channel can boost the signal action potential. We call a saltatory conduction. The speed is 100 meter per second or 225 mile per hour. So nerve size detects speed, so larger diameter, faster nerve impulse. But node of Ranvier allow the generation of a fast electric impulse along the axon, still keep a smaller size axon. So nerve size detects speed, larger dynamometer, fast nerve impulse. But this one has myelin sheath. So let's see the speed. Did you see? How about like this? So speed can be gained by insulating an axon with myelin sheath, while still keep the axon diameter small. This allows us to pack more axon together in a nerve while keeping it from becoming too large and heavy. So multiple sclerosis, MS. MS is a chronic disabling disease of the central nervous system. The disease causes inflammation, destruction, and scarring of the snit that covers nerve fiber called myelin, in the brain and spinal cord. As a result, electric signal, action potential, nerve impulse from the brain are slowed and blocked from reaching the eyes, muscle, and other parts of the body. So simply, multiple sclerosis is a disease in which the immune system eats away at the protective covering nerves.
Good morning, and welcome to Living with MS. So I decided to start this video series the same way most people start their day. That'd be getting out of bed. So what I usually do is I'll roll over, get my leg pulled up. For sense of time, I already started with my leg pulled up. So go ahead and we'll get going. So what I'll do is I'll try and work my legs off so they hang off the end of the bed. Once I get to the end of the bed, then I can sit up. So usually if I'm having a good day, I can do it one way and bad day another day, and I'll show you both of those ways. So on a good day, I'm able to sit up on my own, grab my walker, but usually on a good day I'm able just to sit up. So what I'll do is I'll show you the bad day since I'm not doing quite wonderful today. So what I'll do is I'll take my bed and use it as an assistance to help me sit up.
Do you have any exercise programs or solution for MS patient as a resistant clinical exercise physiologist? Did you remember this slide? Jimmy Hugo became an advocate of exercise and activity to combat the disease. It means exercise is important to combat this disease, right? This slide is from Mayo Clinic website. It's physical therapy and medication that suppress the immune system can help with the symptom and slow disease progression. Oh, why physical therapy and medication? To suppress the immune system. Or because this is a disease in which the immune system eats away at the protective covering of nerves, right? So exercise programs for this patient should suppress the immune system. Okay? So, can you make this kind of exercise program to suppress the immune system? I cannot cover this at this time, but I would like to cover it when I post one of our lab activity, and at the end of this semester, when I will cover the endocrine system, I'll mention this at that time. And another one, he was very slow when he got up from his bed. Did you remember? It means his nerve conduction system was slow, right? When your computer is slower because of overheating, fan or PC cooling device are very effective at managing heat emission, right? Did you remember MS patients need exercise program that suppress the immune system? So, the exercise that suppress the immune system should be relatively high intensity and high volume exercise with a short rest period, which increase their body temperature. So finally, their symptom can be worsened during and after exercise. Does it make sense? So they need exercise, but at the same time, they should cool their body. And how? Simply, they can exercise in the cool water or exercise in a room which is equipped with an air conditioning.
It has been brutal. I mean, you can't get up early enough to beat the heat lately.
You walk out and you're sweating. As soon as you step out the door, it's tougher to breathe.
Johanna O'Connell and Stephen Cady are both avid runners, but with this summer's scorching temperatures making the air soupy and sticky, they both say going for a jog has become a lot more difficult.
Yeah, you really just start to feel sluggish. You're sweating so much, so you're really going to get dehydrated pretty quickly.
Enter a new product called the Bex Runner. It costs about $50, and it's one of a growing number of personal cooling devices. These are wearable ice packs that are supposed to cool down the body's temperature so that you can exercise or work outside in hot temperatures.
As your core temperature goes up, your performance goes down. So a lot of people are not able to run in the heat for very long. This enables you to run longer and further and have a better training session.
Mary Jo Warner is the spokeswoman for Cool Palms, the company that makes the Bex Runner. It's a handheld gel pack that velcros around your hand. Stick it in the freezer for 4 hours, and the manufacturer says it will stay cold for 45 minutes.
You can use it for many different things, and in this temperature, people are using it to walk their dogs, for their gardening.
Warner says the device works by cooling the blood vessels in the palms. That helps to cool blood in the hand, which is then circulated to the rest of the body. The idea is that the colder blood can ultimately reduce the temperature of the entire body. But some doctors are skeptical.
It may keep you cooler for a very short period of time. It certainly will not prevent things like heat stroke, heat exhaustion, the heat-related illnesses that we see in the emergency department.
Dr. Eric Glasser is an emergency physician at Georgetown University Hospital. He says in theory, devices like the Bex Runner could work, but there's no scientific data to back it up.
The small amount of blood that is going to be cooled and sent back downstream by the time it gets to the rest of the body is not going to be that much cooler than the rest of the body temperature.
Stephen Cady says he's been using the device for a few weeks now, and he believes it's helping to make his runs a little easier.
Like I said, it makes you feel more comfortable. You don't notice the conditions as much. You feel much fresher. As you get to a certain distance where you were tired before, now you're like, hey, this is great.
Doreen Gensler, News 4, Washington.
The maker of the Bex Runner told us the concept of cooling the palms to cool the body is very new, so he's not surprised doctors are questioning this device. But he did cite a few different scientific studies, including one that looked at weightlifters who cooled their palms between sets. Those researchers found the weightlifters experienced less fatigue, which enabled them to do more.
2 minute 33, she did cite a few different scientific studies, including one that looked at weightlifters who cooled their palm between say. Those researchers found the weightlifter experienced less fatigue, which enabled them to do more repetition. The study NBC announcers mentioned was reported by mass medias, the Wall Street Journal and Los Angeles Times, etc. This is the study NBC announcer mentioned. Who is the author? Wow, Dr. Gun. Yes, palm cooling can be a good method to reduce body temperature during exercise. So this method can be applied for MS patient. I studied this palm cooling, right? This kind of study is for improved exercise performance, but it can be a good application for MS patient. Well known in the multiple sclerosis world for her groundbreaking work on nutrition, Dr. Terry Wall reflects on her personal experience living with multiple sclerosis, her recovery, and how she copes.
We all have a choice. I challenge you to become modern-day hunter-gatherers and eat for your mitochondria and become ambassadors for your mitochondria. For if I can rise up from a tilt-recline wheelchair doing this, imagine what eating for your mitochondria can do for you, your family, your country, your community, your world. We have a choice. What will yours be? Thank you.
She mentioned nutrition for mitochondria for MS or others, but if we can just focus on improving mitochondria, just focusing mitochondria at this time. So I think I can conclude exercise program for multiple sclerosis that should suppress immune system and improve mitochondria function and structure. And at the same time, we need an effective cooling method for them. Does it make sense?